Good morning. It's Monday morning and it's officially March. It feels so much like spring. It's a rainy day today, but this weekend it was sunny and the bird song, it just had that spring feeling. I know the spring equinox is technically on the 20th. Just given her a new toy and she's very excited by it. So those little egg cups. I'm cooking myself up a toasty. We are kind of half back home now because we've brought a load of stuff back and we're finishing up the cottage in Newlyn, and we are it's kind of a nice time to do it really. It feels like I'm starting fresh in March at springtime, and I'm gonna I don't know, feel like I need to reset the house. We need to do a massive spring declutter, spring clean, because there's so much stuff here that we've had to bring back from Newlyn, from renovating the cottage for the last year. Lots of paint, lots of tools. Also, I was reflecting on having lived at the cottage for the last month with very little stuff, how much I want to declutter, because I have so many clothes I don't wear since being a mum. The house, I feel like, has a lot of things in it that cause clutter. So I'd love to do a bit of a spring declutter clean with you at some point this month, and just refresh the cottage and feel like new beginning is here now that we're moving back home. Our boiler is fixed. Let me just turn my toasties. I've just been making some kimchi's toasties. I need to get a bit of food because we obviously haven't been at the house. If you are completely out of the loop, we've basically been renovating a cottage in Newlyn near Penzance in Cornwall. And so we've been staying there for the last month and we're back. So I need to get some food so I can cook some things. We've just got leftovers for dinner tonight. And yeah, it feels like a new beginning because my cookbook officially comes out this week. Let me get my cookbook. A Year in a Cottage Kitchen. When you're watching this video, it will already be out. So I'll leave a link to it down below. I know loads of you have already pre-ordered, but it feels like this has kind of happened at such a perfect time, serendipitous time, coming back home, starting a year in my cottage kitchen. And I can't wait this year to share with you my life again in Cornwall and cook lots of recipes with you, get out in the garden, do some sort of house renovating now we're back home, and little projects that I've been wanting to do. And this cookbook kind of just encompasses my whole life. So I'm just really excited for loads of you to get your hands on it, delve into it and explore it. There's loads of plant-based recipes that are super easy, seasonal, delicious. And let's open spring, shall we? It's got a nice little seasonal eating guide page for you. And this is spring, so it's organised seasonally. And oh, look at the house. I can't wait for the wisteria to come out. This is the wisteria in probably April, May time. And oh, I can't wait to get in the garden. It feels like it's been so long. I'm just so proud of this book. We worked so hard on it, and I know that so many of you are going to absolutely love it. It's a really nice big book full of so many recipes. And yeah, thank you to anyone who grabs a copy or anyone who has pre-ordered. It makes a massive difference. I'd really like to get so many of you to cook more plants and to live more of a sort of relaxed, slow lifestyle and embrace things like gardening and cooking from scratch and being at home, and yeah, that cozy living vibe. So that's what we're going to be doing this year. I feel like this time of year feels more like a new year to me than January does. Let me check on my toasties. Kimchi's toasties are my current favourite thing. They're so easy. Just literally kimchi's and vegan cheese and then fry them in a frying pan or toast them in a toasting machine. So good. Alex is at the dump, really interesting stuff, Forking Roxy. So yeah, I feel like I'm back to myself, I'm back in my home, and I'm looking forward to this sort of season of life and this year, and to share it with you all. Let's have some lunch, shall we? Even Elowyn's got the spring memo with some eggs. Hello, Angel. Are you woken from your nap? Gorgy. Oh my goodness. We're back in the bedroom. We're back in our bedroom. I feel like you were a lot smaller over here last. You've grown so much. You cheeky monkey.
No.
We can't show your face so beautifully, little one. Let's start a bit of a mini spring clean off in the wardrobe, because I just realised that all of my spring summer clothes are away, and I always like to sort of declutter the wardrobes before I switch things over. When I was in Newlyn, I was living off of such a small amount of clothes, which on one hand was very annoying because I was always wearing the same things, feeling a bit just not very glamorous, feeling like not myself. But then on the other hand, it made me realise how much time and energy I spend overthinking what I'm wearing, and it becoming a bit of a, I guess, a bit of a faff in my day and something that I overthink. So it'd be quite nice to kind of look in this wardrobe with that perspective, having really minimised my wardrobe for the last month, and also since having a baby, just kind of almost wanting to change my style a little bit. I've spoken to you a bit about this. I have gone a size up post-pregnancy, and it has that sort of identity shift where I look at my wardrobe and I just think this stuff just doesn't seem very me anymore. I fear I'm going to look through my wardrobe and struggle, but I really need to be, I need to be honest with myself about stuff that doesn't fit me, but also stuff that just doesn't feel me anymore. So let's pin my hair back, because I mean business. I don't even know how many times I've done this with you at this point. All of these white dresses I love. That's definitely not something I'm going to wear in spring, summer. I think I might sell this. It's really nice, but even the couple times I wore it, I felt a bit mumsy. And I think it was the neckline, you know, it's not, then I'm like, oh, it's cool, but it's just, it's not one I've worn and thought, wow, this makes me feel great. The sort of loose floaty sleeve, the length of it goes, I think if it was like short, I would be on board with it because of the looseness, but it's like knee length and then oversized, and then it has baggy sleeves, and then it's kind of like a higher V-neck. So, Vinted. No, I bought this in a car boot and never wore it. Yes. Yes. That's definitely wintry. Yeah, I like that. Thing is, dresses and outfits hold memories to me. This is the one that announced being pregnant in. I've got it in short and long sleeve. Nobody's Child. These dresses, I forgot the name of the dresses, but they have them in loads of different colours. I've got a green one and a red one in cord, and then I've got these two in blue and long sleeve blue. All my Naked Generation dresses, incredible brand. I've got 4 of these dresses and I wear them every year. This is Vinted. I've had this for so long and it's just too short. Loads of dungarees, which is nice. I think that my last declutter went quite well. So I've got to be honest now about some of my coats. I have a coat problem. And because of where I live, I only wear the same coats because it's impractical for me to wear different ones. And I have all these lovely coats that are like this red one, which I think I bought with you, from charity shops mainly. And I just don't wear them because I go out walking Roxy with Elowen or go to the beach, and that's kind of it. Wearing a coat like this is not practical because it's wool, so it's not going to do very well in the wind and the rain, and it kind of just, it suits city living. And this is the problem I have, is that I love the outfits that suit city living, like this kind of lovely formal coat, but I don't live that life. So realistically, I only need like one coat like this, not like 10. Feels a shame to not keep it, but it's just don't know what to do. Same as this one. Like the only time I wear this coat is if I go get my hair done, like in Truro or something. I'm not going on a dog walk, because otherwise why would I wear this? But it's such a nice coat. I almost just like want to keep my lovely collection of coats, because I've decluttered so many coats and I always buy them again. Got quite a few like suit jackets that, again, I love the style, but I don't get to wear them often enough because I just always have to be dressing for the eventuality that day at some point I'm going to have to be on a beach or in a woods or in the countryside walking, because that's generally what we do because we've got a dog and a baby. So this is a suit I bought a long time ago because I just loved the fact that it was just a wool suit. But what size is it? I thought, you know, one day I'd love to wear this with a pair of heels. No, I'm not going to get rid of that. It's just too cool. This I may well get rid of. I think I bought this with you, but it's suede. I live in England, Cornwall. It's so rainy. There's probably 10 days out the whole year I could actually wear a suede jacket. That was quite rapid fire. And now I have the issue of nostalgia. This was like my wedding. I wore this with a slinky cream dress for my hen do, and then I took this on our honeymoon, and it's a lovely cream jacket, and obviously that's quite a timeless thing, but when am I going to wear a cream jacket like this ever again? Like literally, I'm not a bride. It's a bit discoloured now, and it's I also wore it for our wedding ceremony. No, this is a wedding outfit, this doesn't count. Okay, shoes. Shoes I've got an issue with. Shoes I've got an issue with. I don't want to get rid of any of these shoes, but I literally never wear any of them. Because again, I just go on dog walks and go to the beach. I do wonder, let me know if you've got a wardrobe that's open, that when we redo this dressing room, I might design this room as like a dressing room with more open shelving, because I'm also an out of sight, out of mind kind of person, that all of our clothes downstairs, like the shoes and the coats, I wear those because they're there. Because these are in a cupboard, I just don't. So that might be something that helps. I feel like I did this cupboard relatively recently with you. Probably back in winter. I'm quite basic when it comes to tops. I generally just wear shirts. These are literally all shirts. Shirts and blouses that are shirts. That's a charity shop for sure. I also would love my wardrobe to be set up so I don't have to swap it for winter and spring. I feel like I could achieve that. I feel like cardigans and jumpers that I will wear year round. I'm never going to wear that, am I? This is useful for a gym bag. I've got two of them though. I'm lucky I work with Olivia because they send me these lovely bags, but then I've got two of the same kind of thing. So probably I might sell this one. Yep. I've got big issues with shoes because I love shoes. I've got too many shoes, but I'm gonna do a bit of an experiment like I always do this year, see what ones I actually wear. I know that for the past couple of years I haven't been able to wear as many of the doll shoes, like flats, that I have, and these probably are the ones I wear the least, only because they have like a somewhat of a design on them, so I tend to reach for them less. So these would be a good one to sell. Same goes for these gorgeous Chanel style pumps, like little heels. They have got a couple marks, but I'm pretty sure with the Vivea you can wash them, so I think they will come out in the wash and I can sell these. If I lived in a city, I would probably wear these a lot more, but there's just no place for them currently. And then these trainers, again, they're lovely. I just don't wear them because I'm so scared of ruining them because they're so pristine and white and clean that I wear trainers that aren't like that. So again, these, I think I've only worn these maybe once or twice. I thought I would wear them more. I haven't been going to the gym as much. Blah, 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 blah. So we have some good things to sell. Also a pair of Lucy and Yak dungarees that are pink that I just wear less than the others. So pretty happy with that. Got some things for the charity shop too. I've tried to not actually put away quite so much winter stuff because I think it's a bit silly each time where I put so much stuff away. I feel like it should just be the essential bits I'm definitely not going to wear. And maybe some of these jumpers I'll put away when it gets a little bit warmer. This is my to sell on Vinted pile, and then this is charity shop because I just don't think they'll sell for very much on Vinted. I tend to do like nice things that are lovely, but probably I doubt they'll sell because they're not a brand name. To be honest, if I don't sell these on Vinted, they will go to the charity shop because I know some people have said to me in the past, why don't you just take everything to the charity shop? Charity shops are actually very overrun. It's actually quite helpful to sell things on Vinted. Charity shops have gotten quite expensive as well. Charity shops are very overrun Lots of the ones I go to locally, they tell me we're not taking donations, and they are pricier now. So I feel like I obviously donate when I can. Lots of lovely clothes all the time. However, sometimes Vinted is great for people who can't afford clothes, because I don't sell them for expensive prices a lot of the time. I sell them for so much less than what I bought them for. So I'll link my Vinted below if you want to have a look if I get round to it. I'm very sad about some of the plants in the house that have died since we've been away, because I forgot about watering them when I've been back, or asking Alex to. There are 2 plants that were kind of on their last legs, and I was having to be very careful with them, like watching them and monitoring them, and they both have died since I've been away. So we can go to the garden centre, hopefully tomorrow, and get a couple plants that can go inside and sort of give me a little bit of spring hope. This one's great that it's by the shower, so I can do this. I really recommend geraniums. I just need to pluck away all the dead bits. They're just so beautiful. I won't do this now. That's a job for another day. Also money plants, because you can propagate them. So those small little buds at the bottom, I can and I will propagate those, so I can get a few more plants out of this, and they are so bouncy and happy and healthy, and they are very easy to look after. Good morning. Oh, okay, that's good. I've been trying to figure out where to prop you. I'm out of action. I was propping you on the table and the lighting was bad, and then I just dropped you. But we're back in my spot, in my window seat, having my frothy coffee and my enormous bowl of porridge. Do any of you do this where you forget about foods? So it's like in Newland, I've forgotten about porridge existing, and every day I've been having toast, and when we run out of bread I'm like, oh my gosh, what am I going to have for breakfast? When there was porridge all along. I had such a good night's sleep last night in my bed. It reminded me of just being in my own home. Like, there's something about being in your own home that makes you feel settled. The bed in Newland is so comfy, but because I'm co-sleeping with Elowen and she's wriggling around more, she's like rolling more, I get a bit anxious because it's a king size bed that she's going to roll off the side of the bed, because she started to like roll to go to sleep on her side. Whereas this bed is a super king, so if she rolls, she's still really far away from the edge of the bed. I need to get maybe some edges to the bed as she grows, because I think she's going to start wriggling more once she starts to crawl. So let me know what solutions you have if you bed share with your baby, or you did, because I've got to figure that one out. I don't know what we're doing today and beyond. I really want to make some saffron buns from my cookbook so I can share those with you, and I've got a craving for them, to be honest. And also maybe we'll go to the garden centre. Is that what we were thinking?
Yes.
Because there's a couple plants that have died, and could drop those things off at the charity shop. Maybe we could go for a walk, or maybe Alex could go for a walk with baby and Roxy. Just a chilled day. Just to enjoy ourselves. Now it's not freezing cold. And our boiler is working, and so the house is so warm, and some of the radiators in our house didn't used to work very well, I think because the boiler was knackered. So now like our living room and upstairs is really warm because the radiators are all working properly again. And it's so cozy. And yeah, it's not under 10 degrees. It feels like spring. It is a bit miserly outside, and looking outside makes me a little bit like, oh, I miss my garden, because it's just not, I haven't been able to obviously spend time in my garden, but now the new season's beginning, I can get out there and start afresh. So I can't wait to do that. But I can see daffodils outside, and our camellia is in bloom, which I showed you, which is my favourite sign of spring. I really would love to have a magnolia tree in our garden, because that's another first sign of spring. And there's a gorgeous magnolia tree in Newlyn, and it is in bloom. And there's also one in Penzance that you drive past, and I just would love one here, because it's a really hopeful tree at the beginning of the year to be like, spring is around the corner. I wonder if wild garlic is out. I did see a little bit of wild garlic. So maybe my next video I can make a wild garlic focaccia with you, which is another recipe from the cookbook. Madeleine is asleep, so I'm gonna have a bath because I haven't been having many baths recently, and I think it's the timing of it that's hard. So I figured a mid-morning bath is quite luxurious and just what I needed. My hair is a little bit like it needs a wash. My hair's got so much more greasy lately, I don't know why. I'm gonna read my book and get in the bath. I'm feeling so fresh. I've had a shower, washed my hair, it needs to dry. I left my hairdryer, so I had to use a different one. It's like an old one. I couldn't use like a diffuser. So my hair needs to dry, but feeling fresh, and I just had such a lovely bath. You know, you just soak in the bath for ages, and I had my hair mask in forever. This is the hair mask I used, and I actually love it, and you can just get it in the supermarket. It's the Garnier Coconut Hair Food. Really affordable, and it's such a good hair mask. In fact, my hair is not looking as curly because I think that it's like so moisturized, if that makes sense, because it's like weighing it down almost. Also the length of it. Anyway, I read lots of my book because I haven't been able to as much. And Eloine's awake, so I'm gonna go feed her and maybe we'll make some lunch. I think we've got left, well, oh look, it's 11:11. Do you know how many times I look at my phone or I look at my laptop and it's 11:11. It's like an angel number, and it always make a wish. It's 11. I always say to Alex, make a wish, it's 11:11. I thought it was lunchtime. Wow, what a full morning. I feel like I've had so much time. So this recipe is, I'm not going to show you the recipe, got to buy the book for that. These are the saffron buns. They're something that I would always buy from the bakery when I was younger. They sell them in all the Cornish bakeries and I used to love them. They're just a really delicious, delicious treat, like a nice sweet bread basically. They are obviously infused with saffron, hence the name. They've got sultanas and they're pretty easy to make. You can also make a cake version, but these are the buns, and you start by infusing the milk. I'm going to use oat milk with some saffron. So we'll heat that up and then we can make our dough. So we're heating the milk to almost boiling point, then I'll remove from the heat and we can add the saffron. We're going to add a nice big pinch of saffron, crumble it between my fingers, stir that in, and then we can stir in the vegan butter, and this should just melt. I need to get one of those book things that holds books open, or even just a recipe book stand, to be honest. Should start to look really lovely and yellow, and we can leave this to infuse for about 15 to 20 minutes. So now I'm using strong bread flour in a stand mixer. I have got instructions in the book how to do it without a stand mixer, but if you do have one, utilise it, and if not, you can do this by hand as well. And then we're going to add cinnamon, and then yeast and salt. Got to add some sugar and our lovely, look at the colour of this, hopefully you can see, infused milk, buttery milk. And then we can knead this for about 5 minutes, just on a low speed. Our dough is looking much better. We can add in the sultanas. The dough is looking nice and elastic, so we can cover that and leave it to brew for about 45 minutes to an hour. If you don't already have yourself one of these little dough scrapers, you can get metal ones. I know some people are funny and precious about plastic. In all honesty, these are easier to use because they bend. This was one I just got at Baker Tom's. We did like a workshop. It's far easier to use these ones than it is the metal ones, I personally find anyway, because they shape with the bowl you're using. Right, so let's cover this with a damp tea towel. And we'll put this in a warm spot. Look at that, the sun's out. Oh. Who's this? Hello, everybody. Very nice. Don't know that it's doubled yet. It's been 45 minutes. I'll give it a little bit longer. I got some lovely mugs the other day and they were going to live at the cottage. However, there are quite a few mugs here that chipped and basically they just didn't fit the vibe. We were kind of thinking maybe it's better to have matching ones. Quite a few chipped mugs that I never use because the fact they're chipped, I'm really funny about that. If there's a chip on like a plate or a mug, I don't want to use it. I don't know why, probably a bit silly. What can I do with old mugs apart from, I know lots of people suggest that you break them and you can use the broken crockery to fill like the base of pots and plants. That's a really good one. So I have actually got a couple that are worse than this. They're chipped worse than that. That's kind of, I feel a bit awful doing that because that's such a tiny thing. I know you can use them as like little planters, but I don't know if I love the look of that because it's clearly a mug. Another thing I could do actually is I could put this in the cupboard with all the like flowers and stuff, and it could be quite a good like cup scoop measure. So I'm not using it to drink from. I think I know why. It's because that's literally where your thumb goes, and I just don't like the feeling of that when you're having a cup of tea. And then there's a few that I don't end up using. This is very interesting, but please tell me what type of mugs you like. I like a rustic mug, honestly, a big rustic mug. This is too circular, so when you're drinking, it like dips back, and so you don't have the loveliest drinking experience because it's almost like you got like a load of it in one go, especially with like a cappuccino coffee. This, I love this kind of mug because it's a really nice big size. I got this in a charity shop and it's a lovely like earthenware, like stoneware mug. I should probably get more of these other Port Merion ones. This is their minerals collection that I did a campaign for because it has that little lip at the edge. So it's really nice to drink from. It's a lovely drinking experience and it slightly tapers off outwards. Anyway, there's my little my mug review. I got a few the other day and also these are ones that I had anyway. Like this one's lovely. Again, this has the slight issue of it being shaped like that means that it kind of comes out quite quickly, but I love the way this looks. This is very cute. Not sure I love drinking from this as much. No, actually it's quite nice to drink from really. Makes you feel like you're in The Hobbit, but I love that. And then these two I got in a charity shop as well. These are great here. I actually need to clean these, but like this one, I love the look of this, but again, it's chipped. This terracotta is chipped, so I never use it because I know that I'll potentially sip where it's chipped. Maybe that's quite good for things like in the bathroom, like toothbrushes or even like makeup brushes, because you could just have it like this and you don't really see the back. And this one I think I'll put in the cupboard for measuring, just scooping. And this pink one I'm ridiculous about. I just don't want a pink one on display because this area looks very blue and white. Is that silly? I don't know. And then there's these ones which actually are really, really lovely to drink from, but again, chipped. These ones Alex loves for his espressos, so they don't have a handle. This is Kleiss. She sent them to me. I'll link her. Beautiful potter and pottery. These ones we store in the cupboard because they just sit above so he can make an espresso. Look at this little setup. There's a couple missing. But even now I'm like, does this suit the vibe? Because they're a bit beige. Like this one I'm not 100% settled on. I'm being ridiculous. But this is the sort of thing, you know, I get a lot of joy from, is sort of setting up my kitchen with lovely things that make me happy. Enough about mugs. Let's see. Yes, that is looking a bit more risen. So now we can turn this out and shape into our buns. And I'll quickly talk you through how I do this because I did actually learn this at a bakery course. So turn your dough out, and I use this method for every bread recipe. Just knock it back because it will have a bit of air in there. Knead it for about a minute by hand. It smells lovely. There's lots of different ways to knead. I'm kind of just rotate and push until it's like nice and elastic again, because it will be a bit sticky. There you go, and then you put the sort of bottom part on the bottom. And now we can split in half again. I'm going to do 8, and then in half again. And if you have any that look particularly uneven, if you do this, you can just adjust, but you also can weigh them if you want them to be really even. Take your little ball, and basically you kind of do what I was doing there. You're kind of kneading it in a little circle. So the furthest away from you, pull it in, push it into the middle, rotate, and do that the same again. Around in a circle until it starts to feel more elastic and more sort of tight. So furthest part away from you, pull it in, squish it into the middle, rotate, pull it in, rotate, pull it in, and it should form a sort of, tighter little bun, and you'll see it kind of forming itself. And then you flip it back around, use your hands to shape, and you should have a nice, neat bun. And it's as simple as that. Basically, you know when it's ready is when it starts to feel less sticky and more like elasticy and bouncy. And then we can cover these and let these prove for another half an hour until they are nice and risen. Little one woke up, so let's have a little look at the saffron buns, how they're doing. It's not been quite half an hour. No, I don't think I didn't move them in time somewhere more warm. So I had to run upstairs, pop them here. Shining. Oh my goodness, the good mood it puts you in when the sun is shining. I just felt heat on my face from the sun that I had not felt in what feels like 6 months since she was born. No, that's dramatic. I haven't felt that though since last year. Like in autumn, it has been the wettest winter, and that can be quite difficult sometimes. I do love winter, but this winter has been, I think, one of the wettest ever. In England, we've had like the most consecutive days of rain ever. I think it was like 49 days of rain or something crazy. So to have sunshine and a day where it's not raining, oh my goodness. I'm just so excited to get in the garden with her, get a blanket out on the grass and garden and just relax outside. That's what I want her childhood to be, just being outside all the time. And I want to be outside more this year. I'm not pregnant, I'm not writing a cookbook, I'm not busy in that way. We won't be renovating a cottage, so hopefully this summer we can just have a really lovely time at the house and, you know, get in the garden, spend time with family and friends and do lots of cooking, lots of relaxing, and just experience a period in my life that is slower, because I have had lots going on for a few years, and it has felt like that for both of us for a long time. Stuff even behind the scenes that I don't share. There's just been lots going on, and so it's going to be, I mean, really good things too, like not bad things, but it means you're just more busy. And I really want to just embrace that kind of slow lifestyle and just relax and just enjoy ourselves and do things at a leisurely pace. And yeah, there's lots of things we wanted to fix here as well, like in the garden and out the front and in the house, that we want to do ourselves, that we can do at like a leisurely pace with no like pressure of, oh, we have to get this done by this date. No, we can just be like, we want to, you know, for example, the garden needs work and we need to do a few DIY on the cupboards in the hallway, and I'm really looking forward to doing that in a way that's just like calm and there's no pressure, but it's fun because it's such a hobby for both of us. Yeah, and Alex can go back to baking bread every week and I can be cooking more. I really want to make my own pickles and just spend time with her. I'm just so looking forward to that. She's on her front right now. That's why she's making... You've moved so much. She's not crawling yet, but she is, she's on the move. So I put her down and she's made her way back across the mat. So she's going backwards. But yeah, it's been one hell of a year getting pregnant, renovating Kitty Wake in Newlyn, and writing the cookbook, having a baby, being in the newborn trenches, and it feels like spring is happening around the time that all of this is lifting and we're going to return home, and it's going to be a really beautiful time in our lives, I hope, and a reset that we really desperately needed. I'm feeling very lucky and very grateful that that's what's going to be happening, and I'm really looking forward to it. And we also are going to book a holiday. I cannot wait to book a holiday and go away with her as well. Gosh, the good mood it can put you in. Feel like all the pieces of the puzzle are coming together. You know, when you've had that sort of, I don't know, period of uncertainty in your life and everything feels a bit shaken up and there's been so much on your mind and it feels very overwhelming, and when everything sort of starts to come together and the puzzle pieces and all the hard work starts to pay off, where you're like, okay, all this stuff is actually finishing now and we can just enjoy it. That's how I'm feeling. So she started over here on this and she's made her way all over here. So you're twisting and going backwards. Look, you're going backwards now. Well done. This mat's from Totter and Tumble because someone's probably going to ask. They do like William Morris and Lovely Prince. Look at you go. You're going backwards. These are looking so beautiful. Look at them. The colour of them. Oh my goodness. They look so delicious. And like, I just want to... Now they're beautifully risen, we can bake these in the oven for 18 to 20 minutes until they're golden, and then we've got a nice sugar glaze to go on top. One job that's desperately needed to be done is deep cleaning the oven. At Christmas time, I don't know if I told you this, I set fire to the oven. I was preheating the oil, completely lost track of time. I think maybe I went upstairs to feed her or settle her or something. Came downstairs, I had it on the temperature heat up setting. It's like a setting that makes it come to temperature quickly. Open the door, flames. And then my mum was very, very quick to react because I freaked out. I was like, oh my God. She just closed the door and the flames went out on their own. But there was obviously oil in there and it went everywhere, all over the oven. So now every time we cook anything, it smells like a deep fat fryer. So I need to take the whole thing out, like all the glass, like unscrew it and deep clean it. I'm gonna make a quick glaze. It's just some sugar and water basically. You're gonna dissolve the sugar in the water. This is something I've got to get better at, is doing things one-handed. Oops. Sugary glaze. And this will make them deliciously sweet on top. Make these together one day, Elowen. I cannot wait for when we can bake together. When you're a toddler, we can bake together. That'd be so fun. I do that with my niece sometimes. And if you're wondering how to eat these, I see them kind of like a tea cake. Literally, you can eat them straight out the oven if you want to. But I would eat them with a cup of tea, sliced in half. You could even toast them and put some butter in the middle. You could have them for breakfast. They're just delicious. They're so delicious. Just a lovely sweet bun. Look at that. Oh, Elowen's trying to direct. She's doing the camera work with the tripod. Hey? Now the question is, what's more tasty? The buns or her little toes? I just want to eat your feet up. Look at your chubby little feet. So I thought I should open one. Lovely, lovely yellow. They need to cool. So yummy. And I'm going to enjoy these for the next few days with my cups of tea, or maybe even for breakfast. So if you want the recipe or more Cornish, easy, delicious, plant-based, yummy recipes from my cookbook, A Year in a Cottage Kitchen, it's out now. I'll leave it linked below. Please share with me if you've got your copy already. I know so many of you got them like a week before it was announced, or sorry, launched, and you got them because you pre-ordered. So if you already have the cookbook, please take a picture and tag me on Instagram. That would really make my day. It is so lovely to see you guys have the cookbook. I remember this from last time when I released Make It Vegan. It would just make my day so much. So please tag me or send me a message or leave a comment on this video. And if you haven't got your hands on it yet, then I'll leave a link to it below so you can order. I'm so proud of it, and I know that you're absolutely going to love it. The reviews from people have already been so great, saying how beautiful it is and how much they're enjoying flicking through it and how excited they are to try the recipes. And if you do try a recipe, also tag me, please, or just let me know what you thought. I'm just super proud of this, and there's so much in there that I know that you're going to love if you love this channel. Yeah, I feel like it's this channel in a book, so enjoy.